एवरीवन। तो मैं आज इस वीडियो में आप लोगों के साथ मैं अपना हैंड रिटन नोट्स सारे चैप्टर्स का जो लिखा हूँ वो आप लोगों के साथ एक एक करके शेयर करूँगा। तो आज मैं पहला चैप्टर्स जो कि HCl आज आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करूँगा। और दोस्तों साथ ही में मैं इस अपने नोट्स को डिस्क्रिप्शन में PDF फॉर्म में डाल दिया हूँ, आप चाहें तो डाउनलोड वहाँ से भी कर सकते हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो दोस्तों HCl इसे हम लोग एक और नाम से जानते हैं म्यूरियोटिक एसिड एंड इट वाज फाउंड बाय Lavoisier and its nature is colorless, acidic in nature and pungent smell, and it tastes sour, and it turns moist litmus blue paper into the red. That's why I have written here. And these are the names which different scientists has been given the name for different like Glauber in 1648 prepared HCl rock salt. In 1717 to Joseph Priestley pure forms of HCl. And then 1810 Davy named HCl, and it was these three are not that important, but these all are important. Now moving to the next occurrence. Its occurrence it is in free state, that is volcanic gases, and in gastric juices. And HCl, H plus Cl means hydrogen plus chlorine forms together HCl, and it forms polar covalent as well. Now moving to the lab preparation, we mixed up reactants. We take reactants in sodium chloride plus sulfuric acid under 200 degrees Celsius temperature should be lower than 200 degrees Celsius, and then it gives HCl gas plus NaHSO4 means sodium bisulfate. It is collected by upward displacement of air. And now important questions which are coming in the boards. Why temperature we have not taken greater than 200 degrees Celsius? Because if we have taken the temperature above 200 degrees Celsius, it becomes NaCl means sodium chloride plus sulfuric acid will give HCl but it forms hard crust, that is sodium sulfate. It will not form sodium bisulfate, it forms hard crust, that is sodium sulfate. And it sticks to the glass and it will difficult to remove it, and also it may crack the glass because high temperature may crack the glass, and fuel wastage as well. So these were the reasons why we have not taken the above the 200 degrees Celsius temperature. Now moving to the next question as well, which are coming in both important questions. Why can't we use nitric acid instead of sulfuric acid? Because we all know sulfuric acid is non-volatile, does not form vapor, and nitric acid is a volatile gas, is a volatile acid, and so it will forms vapor, and so it is not used in preparation of. Now next important question as well is, how can we dry HCl gas, that is water vapor, in the form of water vapor? We have to pass HCl gas through the concentrated sulfuric acid because it is a drying agent, and also pentaoxide as well as calcium oxide is also a drying agent, but it is not used because it is being base reacts with the HCl acid to forms respective chlorine, and so it is not used in drying the HCl gas. Now moving to the next page, that is here is fountain experiment, which is very important, always coming 3 marks questions in the every year questions paper I have seen in the previous question paper, and so it is very important. The setup is like a beaker which contains blue litmus solution, and then a jet tube, and the beaker flask vessel is tilted downwards, its mouth is in downward, and then a dropper is connected to it, and again then the process starts. Dropper squeezes means pressed, we pressed dropper, and then water enters into vessel flask, and then in dropper there is water also stored, and then when we squeeze the dropper, and then the water started getting into the vessel flask, and then waters enter into the vessels and dissolves almost HCl gases, but the HCl gas which are present in the flask vessel, that all are getting dissolved by the water which enters into the flask, due to which vacuum is created in the flask and atmospheric becomes low in the flask, and so all atmospheric here the all HCl gas will be absorbed by the water, and so the atmospheric pressure will be low as here atmospheric pressure of the flask will be low as compared to the atmospheric pressure of the beaker, because it's in the open surface, open environment, and so the atmospheric pressure will be high here and here will be the low. And so what happens, let's see. Now atmospheric pressure of the surroundings pushes the blue litmus solution to rise upwards in the jet tube. As blue litmus paper solution rises up, it turns in the form of red fountain, and when blue litmus paper rises upwards in the jet tube, here a fountain is connected, and when blue litmus rises upwards from this and coming out of this, then it turns into the red, and here it was blue, and so it shows that HCl gas is highly soluble in water. Yes, we saw that when water squeezes from the dropper, then it absorbs all HCl gas present in the flask, and then it is also acidic in nature. Yes, when the blue litmus paper rises up and it comes in contact with the HCl gas which was present in the little bit, HCl also will be present in the flask, which when in come contact with the blue litmus paper, it turns into the red, and so that shows that it is acidic in nature and it is highly soluble in water. And then moving to the next one more is, I have written here notes as test for ammonia. How can we test ammonia? For that we use HCl gas plus ammonia gas, and then it forms a dense white fume, that is ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. And this NH4Cl is the only compound which which contains all three bonds: electrovalent bond, covalent bond, and then the coordinate bond. Now next is preparation of HCl acid, laboratory method. Now here is a beaker, and in that water is contained, and from this tube HCl gas is passed, and which comes into the contact with the water. And as we know that HCl is highly soluble in water, so let's see the process. Back section, it's also called as back section process, and it is also important. When HCl gas enters into the delivery tube and immersed in water, then the rate of dissolving the water is greater than the rate of generation, and so here the HCl generation is there or stored is there, and so the dissolving the HCl with water dissolving HCl is higher than the generation of the HCl, and thus in tube it creates vacuum, and so here the vacuum is created. And so due to atmospheric pressure, the water rises up back into the delivery tube and called back suction. As we know that surrounding atmospheric pressure is high than the tube, and so the water is pushed by the surrounding atmospheric pressure, and then it rises it up into the tube, and so it creates vacuum here, and so it is called as the back section because water flows back into the tube. And now for it, the process was not completed, and so it was the problem, and for that a solution comes, that is inverted funnel arrangement, and provides larger surface area for absorption of HCl gas. It provides larger surface area for absorption of HCl gas. Yes, from here HCl gas comes, and then here HCl gas will be there, then the space is larger, and so the water will absorb the HCl gas will take some time. Earlier it was like simple, here only water was absorbing the HCl gas. Now it will take some little bit more time than the earlier time, and so the is placed touching the trough containing water, and when back suction occurs, the water rises up into the funnel, and thus the water level falls down in trough, creating air gap between the funnel trough. Yes, here see, from here HCl gas will come, and here some large space is there, but the HCl is now also highly soluble in water, and so the dissolving of HCl will be little bit slower than the earlier, but it will dissolve completely, and so the vacuum will be created here, and so again the vacuum will be created, and so atmospheric pressure will be less here, and the atmospheric pressure of surroundings pushes the water, and then it will again enters into the funnel, and so water enters into into the funnel, and then again it will force down and there will be gap between the water and the funnel, and so therefore the pressure equalizes, and again the funnel's water falls down into the trough. Process continues till the saturation of water in the trough with the HCl gas resulting in the formation of HCl acid. Process continues till जब तक HCl गैस HCl एसिड में नहीं कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. Next, the properties of acid gas, HCl acid. What are the properties of the HCl acid? HCl acid is litmus. When it will come it will be tested with the litmus paper, then it will turn blue litmus paper into the red, and then methyl orange will be turned into pink color, then phenolphthalein colorless into the colorless, and then the phenolphthalein alkaline pink will be converted into the colorless. Now reactions, there are some reactions. Let's we see that. Reactions with metals. We all know that zinc means metals reacts with the acid will give salt plus hydrogen. So zinc plus HCl acid will give zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Magnesium plus HCl dilute acid means hydrochloric acid which is dilute in nature will give magnesium chloride plus H2. Reaction with base will give base plus acid will always give salt plus water. We all know that. So calcium oxide plus hydrochloric acid will give calcium chloride plus water, and so that sodium hydroxide plus HCl will give sodium chloride plus water. Reaction with carbonates. Here is the carbonate, so the carbon will be also formed with salt and water. So let's see the reaction. Sodium carbonate plus HCl acid will give sodium chloride plus water plus carbon. So again magnesium carbonate will plus HCl acid will give magnesium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Similar with this reaction with the sulfide. Here when sulfide reacts with the acid, it will give salt plus hydrogen sulfide. So reaction with sulfide will be sulfide with sulfide plus acid will give salt plus hydrogen sulfide. So zinc sulfide plus HCl will give zinc chloride plus hydrogen sulfide. Reaction with thiosulfate is, thiosulfate formula is H2O3, its valency is -2, and so when react with the thiosulfide, then we will give sodium thiosulfide plus acid, that is HCl will give sodium chloride plus water plus carbon sulfur dioxide plus sulfur, that is yellow in color, and it will be in precipitate. Sulfur will be in the form of precipitate. And then again reacts with the nitrates, it will also be give precipitate, white PPT and the curd PPT. See the reaction. Lead nitrate plus hydrochloric acid will give lead chloride plus nitric acid. Here also silver chloride and silver nitrate will plus HCl acid will give silver chloride plus nitric acid, and the lead chloride will be also in white PPT and silver chloride in curly white PPT. Must learn it. And as we all know that HCl is heavier than air. HCl is 18.25 and then the air is 14.4. 1 volume of water dissolves 452 volume of the HCl at room temperature. So the HCl chapter is completed. We will be seeing next chapter, that is ammonia, in the next video. Thank you.